everyone. Today we're going to take a look at a Tenebrous island home on the Maj'Dul server. This one is currently listed under Omma's Island Library. It is owned and it was decorated by Omma. I've already visited this place, so I've already given it a couple of likes, but if you're visiting for the first time, make sure you show her some Decorator love. So when you first zone in, she's got this area sort of screened off. There's a couple of signs here. It says, Welcome to Omma's Open Air Library, sorted by expansion, zone, lore and legend, incompletely studied. Base camp is here, sanctuary up top, roam the forest, check out the Bobox Markables books, anchorage zone in to your right. And this whole island is a library in a park setting. No palace, no penitentiary, no castle, no cottage. Who needs a roof here? It never rains. A great place to store books, sort them, read them, learn Norath's lore, and go play in the park. I love that. Okay. She's also got a book here with a lot of information about how this zone came to be and how it's evolved over the years. I'm not going to read through all of this, but I will pause on this page for just a moment so you can zoom in and read it. It's pretty amazing though. She talked about how she did it and redid it, how the island is actually like a kidney shape by default, and how she's filled in, sort of building a forest out the back so that it all wraps around. There's areas where we're going to be able to look down and see the roots under the island. So a lot of great information in this first book here. All right, so I like how she's got the guild hall door right here, kind of tucked down so people can easily find it. And then out the back of this pink screen, we can go straight to the open air library, or what I want to check out first is how she's built out this forest. Now this is where she was talking about the ground doesn't normally exist. So the island normally ends here, but she's built out, coming all back here for this beautiful forest. And then I want to come to the edge because I want to try to peek over. I don't know if I can right here. Oh, yep, we can see like the roots of the island underneath. She's got the water out here right at the edge. Really neat little forest area. She sees a lot of stones and fireflies. All very natural. And you can sort of see bits of the open air library to our right. It's a completely different feeling out here behind in the forest. Very pretty area. I was reading through the book, she said she had first filled in and built, and then this island first came out in the time before you could fly in the zone. So she had to build all her way up to that top island and look down, and she didn't like what she saw and had to rip everything back up. Okay, so this is where one of the portal pad takes you out. I forget the name of it. I'm not going to walk out there because I will fall. Or maybe I can try. But it gives you a view underneath, and I just think that's so neat. We'll head back this way. I think she's got the forest wrapped on both sides behind. Like how she's added in some of the flowers back here on the wall as well. When she first did this in that lore book, it says most of the foliage, we didn't have a lot of the things way back then, like from moonlights and all of the plants that we have now. So a lot of these were the original plants that, one of the first ones that we were able to get. A lot of the bushes that we had to harvest. Okay, so that's where we came out behind the pink screen. And then she's got a little bit more of a forest over here. Oh, look at how lovely this is. Such a great spot to sit. I like how she's added the candles and everything over here as well. And then she's got it blocked off there. And then behind this door that we came out of with the pink screen, she noted that she also has all of her other portals tucked back here. So if there's another place that you want to visit, it's all attached. She did say that her snowy dwelling is where she houses and sort of stages all of the books that she's currently collecting right now before it gets published in this open air library. Okay, so coming out into the library area, she's got a portal pad over here. And this, the far west, is that little point sticking off the island. We are currently at the base camp, her entrance to the island. I like how she's got all of her little functional things right here close to the beginning. I think we're going to start by going up top to the island sanctuary as well and continue with the view of the garden before we go down into the library. So I love this up here. She said she sunk in the little hot tub into the natural pool that's already here. Beautiful little setup with the pillows and the incense. And she's added in all of this foliage and the trees. Normally this upper island doesn't have anything on it. So she's taken the time to sort of build this little fence around it as well. Originally, when you could not fly here, you could accidentally run off the edge and just hope that you aim for the island below. Let's see if I can peek over. I do not even have my flying mount on now, so I really don't want to fly or fall. But so you can see all the way down below. And you can tell how she's built out with the forest here and filled it in. Very, very serene and relaxing up here. All right. So heading back down to base camp, we'll save the wall running track for last. Coming back down into the base camp, here's where we can start heading out into the open air library. All right, so we'll head on out. Now, I think some of these she has labeled, some of them are not. So we'll try to figure it out as we go. But our first display here looks like maybe some of these books were from the Vigilant zones. Maybe around the Sentinel's Fate era. And then this one's got quite the collection. Okay, so Desert of Flames, Peacock Club, Living Tombs, all of the different book quests that she's done and collected all of the lore from that time. I like all the little pets and things moving around in between. Oh, Kingdom of Sky books. She's used some of the Kingdom of Sky items and tucked them down and arranged the books. I love how she's arranged the books in each of these. She's got like the little clusters. Heading this way, Miracle. So some of the books that she's picked up. Everfrost books. There were quite a few Everfrost books. Yes, I think so. That's a lot. There was, so underneath the island, I think the way the sun is cast in her first book, she wrote about, I think this is the only spot on the island that has this natural shadow. So she wrote that this is where she put the druid ring and strategically placed the books, ominous books, uncertainty and fear in the shadow. So I love the thought process behind that. It's very creative. She's got the obelisk of lost souls. Look at how she sunk down this table as well. So normally this table has a couple of things on it, but she's added the books in this area. The Of Things to Come expansion prelude. Let's see, was that this part right here? Oh look, it's like the path goes right through the books. How cute. This is a huge collection. If you are interested in reading up on a lot of the lore, I mean, just look at this. I love how she has it broken down by different expansion and zones. This is really an amazing collection. And then coming around the tree, let's see. These might not be labeled. Oh, they are. Here's a sign. The Jorbo and Mappy series by Omma. So some of these, she made note that we're going to come across some of the player written books as well. I don't see the player written books over here, but she does have them arranged by series and collection. All right, we came from that way. Watch, I'm going to get turned around backwards. Let's see. This one. Let's see if we can figure out where this is from. Goblish materials. Oh, Enchanted Lands. Okay, so we're still with the Enchanted Lands. Oh, and this looks like Fadeware. Yep, Fadeware books over here. I love this, how she's really made that look very Kellethan-ish. With the table, and she's tucked in. Is this a chest underneath? Oh, I can't tell. I think she's tucked in a chest under there as well. Oh, the Dwarven Ringmail Tunic. Okay, so she's got some of the Heritage Quest items from that expansion. Very creative. Oh, I like how she put the map here too. Tucked in the memorial. Oh, I love this one. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a wood elf. I love that one. Oh, got more over here. Oh, and look at this. We can use the book as a little step to get up to the table. Making copies. Oh, so a player written book about how to make copies of other player written books. And then she's got some here. This book is a copy of the Disambiguous Bajorn's Disambiguation book by Omma. Wow. Huge resource in this one location. So notebook about some of the books I bought at New Hallis, books I had not worked on in a long time that can't be placed here. The Sky Fell Upon Us. Story that she's written here. Wow. She's got her lists. And we've got another reference table. Oh, all of her lore and legends. And there was a note as well in that first book when you first zone in about the placement of the rats. I think it said every 10 books. So it was the way that she was keeping track of counting them quickly. But look at how cute. So the open books and... Oh, I just love this. And then some more information. Just, you could spend days in here reading. If you were an avid reader, you might think about logging in and just reading some of the books here. So Island of Mara, Huamain, and then all of her displays in between. Useful books written by other people. Oh, this is fabulous. So through the years, a lot of people have written books to help out other people when they're just starting the game. And you can get copies of them if people are still around to make the copies. Oh, I love this one. Basic layout editing by Gracie. She's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And if you are interested in layout editing, this is how we used to do it. Oh, these are really cool. are these? Those are neat. Very, very interesting looking art. We've got over here for Vesper Islands. Looks like she's got some transport items mixed in between. And all of these, I mean, the books just look like they're kind of scattered around and part of the display, but it's so interesting the way that she did it because it's not just books sitting on a bookshelf. I mean, it's part of the art on the island. It's gorgeous. Look at this little kitty watching the fish. So cute. All right, we went through the middle. This is where we started. Let's go over here to the left. Look at this. That looks really cool. She's got the clock tucked behind the water, and then she's got this sitting in front of it. And then out on, now this little lake is normally here, but she's added in all of these little globes. She's added the walls around and then the tapestries with the blue, the little ducks down here. And then look at these stairs. What is going on here? So coming up, oh, this is very pretty. She's made it so you can come up and sit on top of the mushroom. And then this is where the water comes down from that upper island. So I guess if you're jumping from the upper island, be very careful that you do not land on the mushroom below. You have to jump out a little bit further. This is a beautiful spot to sit. And a great view of the island going back so she can look out at the open air library below. All right, we'll come back down, and then over here, what do we have on this side? Oh, here's the giant claymore. There was a note about this as well in that first book. So this table, I think, belongs to somebody else, or somebody else might have collected all of the snow globes using the drum. Oh, and some information about the Opnir celebration is what the drum plays. Wow. And I do believe she has them all. She's got a lot of music boxes here. Wonderful collection. Let's see, what is this one? Do you say something? Rawr. Okay. I think there was a note about this one as well, as being like one of the legacy displays. Get off the darn horse. Again, with a player-written book, probably with some information about this display as well. And she's got plenty of room here to grow and expand. So looking at the dates in her first book, it looks like she was maybe pulling this down every couple of years and then moving in all of the books that she's been staging in her Everfrost home and setting up more displays. So, oh, look at this one in the middle. What is this item? Oh, the Far Sea Snow Globe. That's a cool one. Doesn't play music, but that is a really neat snow globe. Okay, there was one last area to check out off the portal pad, and that was the track she created. So the wall running track. I click that, it brings you up top here. And with the notes, it said that when the stone first came out, there wasn't flying here. So you had to jump from space to space. So she added in these clouds in between so that you didn't have to jump as much. Because if you fell, remember you fell. There was no forest over here. That was it. So I could absolutely see this location being used for some fun games with some guildies or a group of friends, maybe hitting the party keg ahead of time and seeing who can make it around the track first. But definitely a wonderful resource zone. Lots to check out here. So if you are on the Maj'Dul server, make sure that you stop by. Again, this one was called Omma's Island Library. Thanks for watching. Bye.